While at the Graham High School in the courtyard, Jennifer's typing on her tablet. To her sister, Kristen came to where she is, and Jennifer looked up and saw her. "Oh, I didn't see you here all day. I had some errands to run, so what's going on?" And as Kristen went and sat by Jennifer, "I am trying to find a cruise to the Bahamas for Will and I. Didn't Will tell you he want nothing to do with you?" "Yes, he said that, but no way in hell Carly's stealing my husband away. Now, I still got some time to win him." Meanwhile, in the student's office, Amanda came in with stuff. And as she has another flash of her being in mid-labor screaming, "Ah!" and it ended, causing her to drop her stuff. And as someone came and picked most of it up and handed it to her, and the person's revealed to be Paul. "Thank you." And as Paul stood up and faced Amanda, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine. First of all, if that was true, you wouldn't be trembling like you're doing right now, which tells me otherwise." Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting room, Julian came with 2 cups of coffee and see no signs of his wife around. Till Chad came to where he is, and Julian saw him. Julian, just the guy I was looking for. You must be Chad Collins, the one I've been hearing about lately. It's been a while, so let's just cut the small talk. We both know you possess a secret that might cause your marriage to corrupt. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or do I have to spell it out for you?" Meanwhile, in Taya's office, Taya's working on some paperwork. Till someone knocked on the door. "Come in." And as Wilma and Michael came in, with Michael closing the door. "Oh yeah, Wilma and Michael. How's Dusty doing?" "He's doing well. In fact, Rachel told us he's gonna make a good recovery." "That's good to know. So, what brings you two lot here?" "We need a huge favor from you." Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Helen's in her wedding dress looking at the mirror. Just as someone knocked on the door. My God. And as Helen head to the door, "Will you people just accept the fact that I'm marrying and a she wife and open the door?" And it's her parents, Ashley and John. "I hope everything's alright." "It is, Mom and Dad." And as she went and hugged both of them and pulled away. "No way we're missing this. I couldn't agree more." And as Isabella came to where they are, and Helen saw her along with John and Ashley. "I don't give a damn of your reasons as long as you're happy. And I am. Thanks to all of you being here." Meanwhile, in the sanctuary, as people begin to gather for Helen and CJ's wedding, let's get to Rachel and Aaron, who came in and saw the festivities. "I'm glad we managed to make it here just in time." Look, and as Rachel turned and faced Aaron, and he faced her, despite what you feel for her, CJ's old enough to make his own choice in life. "I'm just afraid what it's gonna do to him in the end." And as Rachel turned and spotted her sister Gwen, "I'm gonna talk to my sister." And as Rachel head to where Gwen is, just as CJ head to where Aaron is, and he saw him. "You don't think your wife and Gwen's gonna stop this wedding? Look, you can't think of the worst, dude. You're right. I just gotta be positive. Helen means a lot to me, and I'll be damned to lose her." Meanwhile, let's get to Gwen and Rachel who are talking. "I guess our brother's really gonna go through marrying her no matter what. We just have to find out her intentions concerning our brother. I know we can't stop him, but we gotta make certain Helen don't hurt him in the end." "Oh, she won't." And as Claire and Greg came to where they are, and Rachel and Gwen saw them. "I am so glad you two are here." "Of course we are. Our brother deserves our support no matter what." "Come now with the pretense. You're talking to your mother and father, not your mates. You know damn well you don't want this wedding to happen as much as we do." Meanwhile, at the Graham High School in the courtyard, Jennifer and Kristen are talking. I am so glad you're still determined. You damn right I am. I know I hurt Will so much, especially when I didn't tear up the divorce papers. I think a part of you wasn't certain that it was going to work. Well, a lot has changed. I realized that Will has been very patient and I gotta make certain he don't move on. And as Kristen has a flashback of her and Will making love back in the hospital. And as the flashback ends, you're right. Will didn't sign those papers now, did he? He did. The only thing is, we didn't finalize it. That's why I have to fix my marriage. Maybe there's a way I can help you with that. Meanwhile, in the student's office, Amanda and Paul are talking. Look, I'm happy for the fact that you care, but it's not about that. Something's going on with you, I can tell. And Amanda has another flash of her being in labor, which caused her to fall to her knees. No, you're not fine at all. And as Paul get his iPhone out and call the ambulance. I need an ambulance as fast as possible. And as Grace came through the arc. What's going on? I'm fine. And as Amanda tried to get up, but collapsed. No, you're not fine. He's right. You need to stay where you are right now. And as Paul hung up, I'm taking her to the hospital. The ambulance can take too damn long. Let's go. And as Paul went and picked Amanda up and carried her out, with Grace following suit. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting room, Julian and Chad are talking. Is it me, or do you seem nervous all of a sudden? Look, I don't know what you're getting at. Just let's try the truth. Like you knowing that Desi isn't your wife's son at all? How do you know about it? Doesn't matter how I know, because Wilma doesn't deserve to be deceived in any way. And you think by shouting her role makes you some sort of hero? Dude, you just don't get it. You can twist this around, but the fact of the matter is, you, my mom, and dad has known this all along. Jennifer and I has recently discovered if it's really Julian, you can fool your ex-girlfriend and everybody else in the world, but we both know you've known since the year began. Now, you can either tell your wife, or I swear to you I will tell her myself. Meanwhile, in Taya's office, Taya, Wilma, and Michael are talking. So let me get this straight. You two want a DNA test done on Dusty to see if he's really your son. We want to make certain he's our son in every way. Dusty's finally come back into our lives when that tsunami struck at the beginning of the year. Jacob brought Dusty to the hospital because he was sick, only to find out he was in the fodder. That's why I stepped in, because it had to been mine, but right now, I'm not quite certain. That's why this test has to be done to see if Michael and I are his parents. There's more to why you want this DNA test done, isn't there? Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Helen, Ashley, and John are talking. Dad, I know it's not been so long since we united, but can you do me a solid? What is it? Can you walk me down the aisle? You two mind giving us a minute? Sure. I have to put my dress on. There's another room. And as Ashley and Isabella went and left the dressing room, while John went and closed the door and turned and faced his daughter. Look, I know we haven't talked much, but let me ask you this. And as John came to where Helen is, are you ready to start living your life with CJ? Dad, I don't care if he's young. I love him so much and I'm prepared to spend the rest of my life with him. Meanwhile, in the women's bathroom, Isabella came out of the stall in her maid's dress to where Ashley is, who saw her. You look so amazing. Well, I try to look the role very well, if you ask. So I see. Anyways, how's Vince? He's still conflicted between me and Angela. Please tell me you're not letting us wrong. Vince and I are still together in every way, and I'm not letting a small technicality stop us. You mean the tsunami that unexpectedly struck Los Angeles with nobody around to know about it? Yeah. If it wasn't for that happening, Vince and I would have been married by now. But mark my words, Mom, we will be married real soon. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary, as people continue to gather for Helen and CJ's wedding, let's get to CJ and Aaron who are talking. Sounds to me you got a lot going for you. Yeah, I do. And as much as your wife cares about my best interests, I have no intentions of backing out of this. Don't let any doubt keep me from doing this. Remember, you only live once, mate. That's true, and I'm intending to live mine to the fullest. I'm sure you would. And as Sean came to where they are, and Aaron and CJ saw him. Good luck on your marriage. And as Aaron turned and walked away, leaving CJ and his brother Sean talking. I'm glad you came. Of course I would. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Anyways, I had some advice I thought you should know about Helen. Meanwhile, let's get to when Rachel, Claire, and Greg were talking. Look, Mom and Dad, we both know Helen's not a fit candidate for our brother, but we gotta trust the fact that he's made the right choice in this. Which I gotta say, it is it all. Look, you all gotta know that CJ's old enough to make his own choices on who he wants to be with. I mean, a good solid relationship requires some time as we know it. Yes, and we get that, Mom. We just don't get Helen's true agenda to this whole thing. I have a feeling the truth will come out in the end. Until then, we're gonna give CJ all the support we can give. Meanwhile, in the hallway, Vanessa and Matt came in. I cannot believe traffic is such a nightmare in the city. Have you forgotten where we live? This is LA. Yes, I know that. I can't believe I almost forgot about your brother's wedding. I just hope we're not too late. And as Vanessa and Matt begin walking down the hallway towards the sanctuary. Meanwhile, at the Graham High School in the courtyard, Jennifer and Kristen are talking. You know what? At this point, I'm always open to new ideas to make my marriage work again. Even though, stop blaming yourself. It's not gonna do yourself any good at all, and you know it. I know my marriage is at stake here. I'd do anything to make it stick. You know what? I think a cruise will help strengthen your marriage a lot. In fact, you should go for it. I don't know what I'd do without you, Kristen. Been wondering that all day. Anyways, I'm gonna plan this dinner for Will and I and surprise him. So, wish me luck. Hey, you got this. Trust me. And as Jennifer got up and turned and walked away. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting room on emergency, Grace and Paul are talking. So what exactly happened? I was on my way to class and stumbled upon her not feeling well at all. That's all. What are you implying? I just want some answers to what's going on. And as the nurse came to where they are, and they saw and got up and went to where they are. What's going on? Is she gonna be okay? It's really not good. Can you give us a minute, Grace? I'm not going anywhere. I'm too involved to leave now. It's not like it's gonna matter. What do you mean by that? Thing is, Amanda's family is the only one who can know the details. I don't know what Amanda's family is. All I can say right now is have faith. Meanwhile, Paul turned and walked away while the nurse and Grace is still talking. Really? That's your takeaway? Having faith? Look, you don't understand. Amanda goes to the same school, and technically, since I'm the headmistress of her, I'm in charge of her. I don't give a damn to who you are. Amanda's family's the only one who can know the details. But between you and I think she's gonna make a good recovery. Excuse me. And as the nurse turned and walked away. Meanwhile, in Amanda's room, Paul came in and closed the door and saw Amanda, who's awoke, who saw him. What the hell is going on with me? What matters is you're back. Why I'm in hospital? And as Paul came to Amanda is, just as she has another serious flashback of her giving birth. What's wrong? For some odd reason, I don't feel like myself. Is Taya around? No, but I'm here. And as Lauren came in and closed the door, I'll be around if you need me. Thank you. And as Paul went and left the room, and as Lauren closed the door, and as Amanda has another flashback of her giving birth again. And as the flashback ends, leaving Amanda shaken. And as Lauren noticed, Amanda and as Lauren came and began checking her vitals. How are you? I need to tell you something. Meanwhile, in the waiting room, Julian and Chad are talking. What's it to you to tell her? I mean, are you waiting for some damn award or something? Or better yet, it's like you're waiting to take her away from me. You really are losing to think that would be my intentions. Look, mate, I may not know your story, and chances are you're not. Believe me, the only thing you're doing right now is dragging the edible as long as you possibly can. Okay, name it. Name what? How much do I have to pay you to keep you quiet about this? Mate, your money isn't gonna stop me, and besides, I don't need it and I never did. Have you ever loved? So save it. Wilmot's gonna find out what you did. Not only did she hit the truth about Dusty not being hers and all, but the fact of the matter is, you hired 2 children to pose as your own. I mean, who would do something so sick and twisted? Perhaps one day when you have your own family, you'll understand the lynch you, cause you know what, spare me the antics for someone who gives a damn. The truth will come out. And as Chad turned and walk away. And as Julian got his iPhone out, and as he thinking, if Chad tells Wilma of what I've done, then it's all over for me. And there's no way I'm letting that happen. Meanwhile, in Taya's room, Taya, Wilma, and Michael are talking. Wilma and I feel that we want to make certain Dusty is our son. Once we begin the test cycle, you 2 lot do know there's no coming back from this. Yes, that is why we want to see if Dusty is our son, which we already know he is. We just want some written documentation to ensure that. Right. Fill out this paperwork, and as Taya got the paperwork and laid it before Wilma and Michael. I'll take care of the rest. Anyways, I'll be back. And as Taya got up and went and left her office. And as Michael and Wilma began talking to each other. Do you think what Chad said is true? I really don't know. Besides, I can barely remember giving birth at all. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the hallway, Aaron came to where Rachel, Gwen, Eric, Gwen, and Claire is. Patrick said Melissa's taking a nap. Good. I'm gonna need you here to keep me insane. CJ's gonna be fine. Aaron's right. Rachel and I don't want him to get burned by Helen, but we'll try our best to support him. Girls, remember, giving people a chance is what we Dawsons do. And as Ashley came to where they are, Helen's ready. We'll be inside. And as Claire and Greg went inside the sanctuary, while Gwen went and pulled her husband to the corner. And as they began talking, what's wrong? I just want to say thank you for putting up with my drama. With each day I have with you, make me realize how lucky I am to have you in my life. And as they begin kissing each other, and as everyone saw, alright you 2, get a room, and as they pull away, and turned and saw John and Helen came to where they are. Now whatever you guys got done, I would like to begin this wedding. And as Rachel came to where Helen and John is, sounds to me that you're ready to be part of this family. Of course I am. And as Vanessa and Matt came to where they are, I hope we're not too late. Actually, you 2 lot are just in time. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary, most of the people are waiting for Helen and CJ's wedding to begin. Let's get to the altar where Sean and CJ are talking. Look, I'm aware of the history you have with Helen. Oh, dude, it's fine. I just want to say I want what's best for my little brother, so I wish you good luck on your upcoming marriage. Thanks for the tip about Helen. And as the news begins, and as Vanessa and Matt begin walking down the aisle, and soon took their places, followed by Rachel and Aaron. And then Gwen and Eric. And as soon as they took their place, Helen came with John beside her. And as everyone stand up and turned and saw Helen with her dad. And as her dad turned and faced Helen, are you ready for this? And as Helen turned and faced her dad, I was made for this. And as John began to escort his daughter Helen down the aisle, while everyone is looking at Joy. While that's happening, Helen is looking at CJ and he's doing the same thing. And as they both looking forward to becoming husband and wife. Soon they arrived at the inn. As Helen turned and faced her dad and he did the same thing. I love you so much, Dad. Thank you for coming. I will always love you. Not only as my daughter, but as my little girl. But don't tell anyone else that. Of course not. And as they hug each other and pull back, and as John hid and stand by his wife Ashley, while Helen came to her CGS. And as they begin facing each other, I cannot wait to have you as my husband. Me neither. And as everyone sat down, just as CJ and Helen turned and faced the minister, and as Helen and CJ's wedding begins.